Hello, good afternoon, and welcome to today's webinar on remote patch management. My name's Tom, and I'm going to show you how Faronics can simplify remote patch management. So if patch management is something that is time-consuming or difficult or complicated, then Faronics Deploy can make it significantly easier and free up your time to spend on something else. So just a little bit about Faronics. We were founded 27 years ago. Our headquarters are in Vancouver in Canada. And in the last 27 years, we have deployed more than 10 million licenses in 150 countries. And we're now up to more than 30,000 unique customers. So there are head offices in Vancouver in Canada. We also have an office in the USA and an office in Bracknell in England, which is where I am, as well as one in Singapore. And also we've actually recently opened a new office in Dubai, which hasn't quite made it onto that map, plus hundreds and hundreds of local resellers who can work with you in your territory to provide exceptional service. So some of the customers over the last 27 years, or current customers, include some really famous names there. But it's important to say that it's not just big multinationals who buy from us. We've got a proud history of serving small and medium enterprises in all sectors. So in our customer base, you'll find all kinds of different types of organization, small, medium, and enormous. So today I'm going to show you Faronics Deploy. It's one cloud console to manage all your patches, as well as OS deployment, remote control, inventory, antivirus. So wherever your devices are, wherever you are, you're going to be able to manage the patches really easily from one cloud console, faronicsdeploy.com. Application management and Windows updates especially, it's a very easy, user-friendly console, as I hope you'll see when I show you. And it does not require a high level of technical expertise to be delivering patch management to even complicated organizations. You don't really need expensive consultants, and it's really easy to set up and run. You just need a cloud agent on the devices you're looking to manage. Once the cloud agent is on the devices, then they're going to appear here in your cloud console, and you will be able to manage your patches. So OS deployment as well, there's a fully functional OS deployment tool included. You're going to be able to image your devices very easily, and there's lots of customizable options within the imaging module. You can remote directly into your devices from here, from the cloud console. It also includes a hardware inventory, so you're always going to know anything you may wish to know about your hardware, and therefore make really good decisions about lifecycle management. And there's also, from a security point of view, an antivirus package, which is an add-on. So one of the really strong features of Deploy are the smart control grids, which are extremely easy to use and efficient. So you can see your computers listed as rows in your smart control grids and your applications listed as columns. And that makes it really easy to, with one click, you've got an install button, an uninstall button, and an update button. So you can really easily install, uninstall, update. And the the grid shows you the status, so you can see that that one's installing there. And you know exactly where you are at all times. So if it's a problem to keep on track of which version of which software you're running where in your estate, that's no longer a problem. You can always really easily see it, and these grids are searchable and filterable if you're running a lot of devices. Okay, so brief introduction to Faronics Deploy. So I'll now move on to showing you. So as I said, with application management, you can really easily install, uninstall, and update apps. And you can do that on a group of computers. So if you have lots of computers, you can install in a mass level, and you can automate it. You can completely automate it. You can set daily or weekly automated updates, and you can use a cache server so that one device on your network can retrieve all the updates from the internet and can distribute those updates through the local network, rather than each of your devices having to retrieve the updates from the internet and killing your bandwidth. So there are thousands of applications included, which I'll show you the list in a second. But so we do all the packaging for you, basically. But if you have unusual software or software that doesn't appear on the list, you can use the custom app functionality to add your own apps and manage them from here. You can create app presets. So once you've taken a little bit of time to bunch some apps together into an app preset, then you can just select multiple computers and install app presets in one click. You can automate, schedule, or freeze updates by apps, and you might want to say that you have some apps that always update, or some that you want to schedule at a certain time, maybe in the middle of the night for minimal downtime, or maybe you want to keep some applications on a certain version until you decide to upgrade. You can do that. We support Mac OS apps, and also with the custom script functionality, you can run PowerShell or VB or batch scripts. And one possibility with that is that you can configure control panel settings. Okay, so I'm just having a look at my applications here. Maybe I'll take a look at messaging. I can see there this application here is up to date on this machine because it's in a black color. It's out of date, so I can just select that and update it. But maybe I don't want this application on this device, so I'll just uninstall it. And let's maybe take a look at web browsers, maybe. So I can see I've got these web browsers are up to date. Here I've got an install queue for when a computer comes back online, and here I could just where I've got an out of date machine, I'll just update that here. But I can totally automate this in the policy if I prefer. So in the policy here, for each application, I can decide whether I want to automatically update it or manually update it or schedule it. But for the manual update, some people prefer to do it as I just showed you there, where you see exactly what's going on. Here is the list of thousands and thousands of prepackaged apps. So you can see here it's a very, very long list. And you would just need to select the applications that you want from this list and add them to your grid. But if you have applications that didn't appear on that long list, you can add them yourself via the custom app button here. So long as I can populate these fields here, then I will be able to manage any application I like. So here are my custom apps that I've added myself, and I can manage them from here. And custom scripting as well. So under the custom script button, if I want to create a custom script, I can create a PowerShell VB batch script or executable. And then under custom scripts, I can, I've got this library of scripts that I can easily just select a script and run it. Okay, so application management, really, really straightforward and very powerful. The same applies to Windows updates. So with Windows updates, I can find all my missing updates and deliver them immediately with that install all updates button there. If that's the simplest way of doing it. Or I can schedule patch scans at desired intervals. Or I can automate certain categories of updates, and then other categories of updates I can choose to approve one by one. So a typical way of doing it is to automate definition, critical, and security updates, and maybe defer other categories of update. So in my policy for Windows updates, here I can say critical, security, and definition updates, maybe I want to automatically install. And maybe I want to have a deferral period for other categories of updates. Or maybe I want to deny certain categories of updates. I can completely customize how I want to do this. Maybe I want to just automatically install everything. And I can make sure this happens in the middle of the night if I want, so that there's no downtime, there's no reason for anyone to have any disruption, any snoozing. You don't want to have it where your users are continually snoozing their Windows updates, because that opens up the door to hackers. When Microsoft issue a critical update, especially in a security update, you don't want that delay where it's months before that update goes live in your environment, because that is a quite big security risk that has often been exploited by ransomware attackers. So I can schedule it all in my policy, and then I can also so I can schedule it to deliver if I want, or if I prefer to do it this way, where I do it on demand. I always know the status of my devices, so I can see I've got some vulnerable computers here, and I can see which updates I have pending and how many of which type I have pending. And I can really easily have a look at these patches that need approval. I could maybe just approve all there, or maybe just one at a time. And I can look by category of update, and I can see like some are already installed and some have the policy for an approval. So you've got total control over how you deliver your Windows updates, and there's no reason ever for any disruption to your users. You can basically automate everything if you want, and you will be much more efficient and much more secure. Okay, let's take a look at OS deployment. So you've got a fully functional imaging module, and you can install Windows using deployment packages. So you can set up a base image, driver groups, install settings, and scripts and apps. So you can do it in a modular way if you prefer. So you can fix broken computers. So if something can't be fixed, you can just completely re-image Windows in a couple of clicks. And you can run scripts and install applications automatically with post-imaging tasks. We support Pixie booting. So if you want to have it so that when you get new hardware, that new hardware automatically detects the default image and installs the default image without any manual intervention at all, you can set that up. You can, if you prefer to use the traditional method of golden imaging, then you can easily just capture an image and use that for your hardware. So there's a smart grid available, so all deployment packages are available with install settings and drivers. And you can automate checks if you want. You can run pre-imaging checks, which saves you time. So let's have a look at the imaging module. So just if I select that machine, I can just easily image that computer, or I can capture the image, which then adds it to my library of existing images. So here are my imaging servers, and here are my deployment packages, and I can easily edit my deployment packages and add new deployment packages here. And I could maybe run a custom script or an app preset. And here are my install settings. So I can customize this and have as many different install settings as I want, maybe for different teams, different groups of employees. And here are my images. So I can just easily just select one and just use that as my golden image. So imaging is another way of saving quite a lot of time. Just one cloud console to manage all your imaging. And inventory as well. So asset management becomes straightforward. So you've got this auto-refreshing, auto-updating grid from which will show you in the cloud all these hardware attributes about your hardware, including operational attributes like current user, internet speed, BIOS version, last seen date, login stats. You've got full MS Info reports, so you can troubleshoot and fix, and you can automate script fixes. So hardware lifecycle management becomes more straightforward because you have warranty dates easily visible and accessible, and software inventory management, so you can see where you have what software you've got and where, and you can see over deployed licenses and make sure you're compliant. And you can see you've got reports on usage trends for applications and computers, so you can make really strong decisions about how you manage your IT estate using this suite of reports. So having a look at the inventory page here, I can see that each computer, I can see the service tag, the processor, the RAM, system drive usage, all these, and also the warranty end date, all these columns. Maybe I'm not interested in the monitor details, so I will lose that column, and maybe I am interested in a couple of these other columns here, so I'll just add those to my grid. And then I've basically got one grid here which shows me all the relevant information about my my hardware. So that just needs configuring once, and then whenever I need to know something, I don't need to maintain this in Excel or any other way. I've just got it all, it's always going to be available in one place. So here I can see under analytics, I can I'm always going to be able to see how much my applications are getting used, and I can see which applications I have installed. And I can easily just select and filter that. So maybe I want to see all the devices, all the applications that I have installed on this one device. Okay, that's showing me everything I've got on this one device. Or maybe I want to see all the devices on which I have this one application. And there I can see I've got it on 4 computers there. So installed application management, and then license management. So this report will show me of the applications I have, how many are of the licenses I'm paying for, how many am I using, what license type do I have, am I compliant when the license ends. So no reason to ever spend money on software I'm not using. You can be really efficient with your software usage, make sure you're not wasting money on unnecessary licenses. And you can see your computer usage and login summary report. So you're going to be able to really carefully keep track of how your devices are being used, by whom, and what applications are getting used. Okay, so that's hardware inventory and analytics and reports. And really a couple more feature sets to show you. One is help desk support. So there's a ticketing solution, so your users can submit tickets to you via the Windows taskbar, and then you can manage those tickets here from the cloud. So you can easily just remote directly into a computer which has reported an issue. And there's a script library, so you can fix issues, common issues, with a sequence of scripts. So therefore you can identify specific issues and prevent downtime. And you can automate this to fix issues out of hours. When a computer's offline, you can use queued mode, so actions trigger whenever the computer comes online. And yeah, it's a live action console for 0 user intervention. So just having a look at this ticket module here. So I can select a ticket and see the history of it. I can assign that ticket to a different user. I can create a new ticket from here and assign it to someone. I can change the status, and I can report on my tickets. Maybe this device here, where there's an open ticket, I can just remote directly into that device to work out what the issue is and fix it from here. So ticket management, help desk support, making life more efficient for your support team. And there's really only one further feature set to go into, which is MDM. So MDM is available for iOS devices. So in my policy, I can set up, say, wireless networks, proxies. I have all these Apple restrictions that I can apply to my Apple devices. Here are my passcode requirements. So if I have organizational requirements relating to passcodes, I can set that up. I can use kiosk mode. So maybe I want to run only a single application on an MDM device, I can do that. Geofencing, so if I want to track the device location, and maybe I want to say that within a certain geographical area, I'm going to lock a device if it exits that fence, or full wipe it. And maybe I can have different policies that apply in geographical areas. Web filtering, and application management. So I can use the App Store to manage all my devices from the cloud. Okay, thank you very much for today's session. I've just got one question. Any other questions, please pop them in the chat now, and then we'll wrap up for today. But the question is whether Windows Server OS is supported. Yes, you can manage Windows servers from Faronics Cloud Deploy. Okay, thank you very much for attending today's session, for giving up your time to hear about patch management through Faronics Deploy. Hope it can make your life easier and save you time, and also keep you more secure. So yeah, if you want any more information, then please reach out to your account manager or to your local reseller, who'll be very happy to help you out with anything you need to know. Okay, thank you very much, and have a lovely day, and we'll catch you on the next webinar. Bye-bye.